Damn. I knew I shouldn't have played strip poker.
I used to be just like you.
Where did you just come from? Well, at least now I know where that smell is coming from. Can I help you?
Can I ask you something, boy?
Yes, I have 911 on speed dial.
Very funny. What I want to know is, do you play poker often? Gamble more than you probably should?
Not any more than the next guy. Why?
Have you ever heard of a gambling addiction?
No, but I'm guessing by what you're wearing. You, sir, are quite familiar with it.
This isn't a joking matter. A gambling addiction is a serious impulse control disorder.
How interesting.
Do you ever feel the need to be secretive about your gambling? Or have trouble controlling your gambling? Maybe you gamble even when you don't have the money?
Are you interrogating me?
I'm simply asking questions. If you said yes to most of these, chances are you have a gambling addiction.
Even if I had said yes, it's impossible. I'm only 23 and I've only been gambling for like 2 years now. There's no way I could have an addiction.
Actually, most men tend to develop the disorder during their early teenage years.
When do women develop it?
They tend to develop it later. But the disorder tends to get much worse at a faster rate than for men.
How does someone develop the disorder?
Well, there are several different causes. People have a higher risks of developing compulsive gambling if they have other disorders such as bipolar, schizophrenia, antisocial, and more. People can also develop a gambling addiction if they are thrill seekers looking for a rush, but instead of it being a one-time thing, they do it often. People who are suffering from alcoholism and cocaine addiction can also be at a higher risk to develop one.
I don't think having a gambling addiction is that bad.
Oh really? Do you not see what I'm wearing? I'm poor and live on the streets because I thought that if I kept on betting and playing I would eventually win big, reclaim my losers, and surprise my family with a new house.
Well, yeah, but you could have stopped yourself.
Don't you get it? It's an addiction. People can't just stop. Most people with a gambling problem have to steal from others just so they have enough money to keep on betting. They always think they will win the next game, until they have no money left. They then will start asking for others for money, pulling out money that they don't have, maybe even spend their kids' college money.
Well, can't the person just get help for it?
Yes, they can. There are many ways a person can get treatment. One of them is a program called Gamblers Anonymous, which is almost like Alcoholics Anonymous in the way that it is a 12-step program where you choose a sponsor. The sponsor will then help the addict and lead him or her in the right direction while giving them advice.
Is there any therapies one can go to receive treatment?
Well, there is cognitive behavioral therapy which focuses on changing unhealthy gambling behaviors and thoughts. It also educates people on how to fight their urges and help them regain control of their personal life and work life.
What else?
There is a variation of cognitive therapy called the 4 Steps program, which has a goal to change a person's view of gambling in 4 steps. The 4 steps are relabel, reattribute, refocus, and revalue.
What are some negative effects of having a gambling problem?
Many people with a gambling problem tend to become isolated from work, friends, and family. They spend all their time thinking of ways to get more money so they will have enough to gamble. They tend to lose friends and jobs because they can't control their impulses.
Is there any way to prevent developing the addiction?
Well, for starters, the only way to truly prevent one is to not gamble at all. But there are ways to enjoy the occasional gamble without pushing it. This can include distracting oneself by doing a different activity such as going to the gym or hanging out with friends. Another way is to visualize to yourself what would happen if you gambled and lost all your money, and how ashamed your family would be of you. Basically, you just need to occupy yourself and keep your mind off of it.
What if a family member has a gambling problem? What can I do to help them?
Well, first of all, you have to make sure that you are financially and emotionally protected. You should then reach out to somebody professional for help. You should also set boundaries in managing money. Maybe you should take over the family finances to make sure they do not relapse and go gamble.
What if they ask me for money?
This is where you have to be strong. Many people who develop a gambling problem are very good at manipulating, pleading, threatening, and even blaming someone to get the money. You must not give in, because they will surely go back to their selfish ways.
Damn.
Remember, you don't have to gamble every day to have a problem. Gambling is a problem if it causes problems.
Like me losing my clothes?
Exactly.
Is there anything else I should know?
There is a high suicide rate for those with a gambling problem because they get to a point where they feel like they can't control it, and the only way to stop them leaves from losing more money and having their families more ashamed of them is to end their life.
So I guess it is a big deal, and it can ruin a person's life and those around them.
Yes, it can. I am a great example of it.
Can I give you some money or something? Maybe you can come back to my place and take a shower.
No thanks, I don't swing that way. But I must say, you have really nice eyes.